If you're one of the people out there that actually owns the Galaxy Z Fold 5 device, then you know that it is overall a very great and very durable, lovely device. But there are some known issues with that a lot of people have been bringing up and been complaining about. And if the rumors are true, Samsung is poised to actually make a specific few changes to the Galaxy Z Fold device that should surely help it stave off some of the competition that is out there. We're talking about competition from Xiaomi, OnePlus, Google, all have foldable devices with some specific features. We're talking about the aspect ratios, and that is one area that Samsung needs to improve in. So in this video, I'm going to go over this article here that's going to break down what some of those leaked photos look like of the Z Fold 6 and some things that Samsung needs to do in order to improve that. But before we do that, if you're new to this channel and enjoy getting tech content delivered straight to you, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, let's dive into this article. So this first article here is out of phonearena.com. Leaked photos show completely redesigned Galaxy Z Fold 6. So about a couple of months ago, I did a video where we were starting to hear rumors about the Z Fold 6 that may undergo some changes to the design specifically. So I did a video earlier breaking down what some of those changes could be. Finally, right now, we actually have some leaked photos showing off what it could actually look like. Samsung had enough of fat shaming suggest a patent filed by the company. Its next phone could be notably thinner. The company isn't blindly going to chase supermodel proportions, though, as it has apparently realized that most people aren't big fans of tall foldable phones. So you can see this picture right here. I'm gonna blow this up for you just so you can take a look at it. If I actually own the Z Fold 5 here, and I think some of the problems with Samsung over the few phones that they're making is that if I were to just use one word to describe Samsung and their design process or with the phones in general over the past few years, I will say lazy. Lazy, because it doesn't seem like they're making too many chances or taking too many risks with the phone, with features and designs. And if this design change does come true, then I will definitely welcome it. The problem with it is the aspect ratio. The front screen is basically not usable. It's somewhat usable. I don't use the front screen all that much because of how tall it is and how skinny it is. I open it up and use that screen mostly. Now this screen is very great. I do love it. The problem a lot of people are having is that it is too tall and too narrow on both screens. So if they could shrink it down, make it a little shorter and a little wider, I think that will go a long way for Samsung. And it looks like they are poised to do that with these leaked photos here. As you can take a look here, it definitely looks like, if you've seen the Google Pixel Fold or the OnePlus Open, shorter, wider, definitely more usable and a more normal aspect ratio. So here's hoping that they do go forward with that. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 may feature larger screens. Per today's report, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is going to be wider than current iteration with a bigger outer and inner screens and different aspect ratios than before, echoing earlier reports. Samsung may also design a new hinge module to make sure the thinner profile just doesn't impact the durability of the device. The company seems to be exploring a detent hinge with multiple housings centered around it symmetrically. This way, the load on the screen will be distributed evenly. The detent hinge will presumably provide stable stopping points so that users will get tactile feedback when folding or unfolding the phone. So that is one thing that they did decide to work on with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5, but they did do a lot of work on the hinge on this device, and it is definitely better than the Z Fold 4. So they definitely worked that out. It's a lot more articulation. You can pose it in different angles way more so, and also closes a lot flatter than before. So I definitely do like that about Z Fold 5. Lastly, the renders based on the patent also show a new camera array design with modules placed directly on the back of the bezel, though it's not clear if this bit is also based on inside information. While the actual Galaxy Z Fold 6 design may not match this patent to the T, there's a high probability that it will be thinner and wider. The change in dimensions along with the possible reduction in price could help Samsung reassert its domination in the foldable market. So I mentioned earlier that they do have competition, and I do believe that is the main reason why Samsung is making these changes. Because actually, in my previous video, and I'll link that here, you can go check that out. I showed a graph where it showed Samsung's market share has dipped down to, I want to say, probably about 60% when they were up above like 80% or something. So it dipped down based on competition from, the OnePlus, Xiaomi, Google Fold, taking some of that market share from them. So I believe this is the main reason why that Samsung is making this change. And that is a good enough reason for me. And that is a good enough reason for them to make this change. Because like I said, the one word that describes them was lazy. And I think this is something that they need to do. Not only do they need to do that, they also need to figure out a way to make the device cheaper as well. So we do have a report that the Galaxy Z Flip 6 and Z Fold 6 could be cheaper than expected. Now that is a welcome change. So we know the prices of these devices are not cheap. This is according to a report in Elect via Android, which claims that the Samsung Display is considering using inkjet printing to make the bezels on this year's foldable phones, and presumably meaning the Z Fold 6 and Z Flip 6. Currently, the company uses what they call a micro dry process decoration to make the bezels on its foldable OLED panels. And while it doesn't sound like this changes in the process will affect the quality of the display or the size of the bezels, it would apparently reduce production costs, and thus savings could potentially be passed on to buyers. Now that is a great thing. Hopefully that does come true and it can make these devices cheaper. As you know, this device here starts at like $1,800 and then works its way up depending on how much storage you get. If they can make that $100, $150, $200 cheaper, getting into hands of more people, then that will definitely bode well for Samsung. Let's continue with this article real quick. Of course, Samsung could just pocket the savings, but we think it would be keen to reduce the prices of its foldable phones to give them a better chance at becoming truly mainstream. Yes, that is definitely the way they should go with that. Exactly how much cheaper inkjet printing would be is unclear, but for reference, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 starts at $799, and even the relatively affordable Z Flip 5 starts at $999. So any reduction in the price would be desirable. Yeah, so that is definitely something that we're looking forward to. Again, we don't know how much that will reduce the cost of the device, but any type of savings that you can get would be helpful. I mean, right now you can get some savings, some trade-in, some promotions that you have right now, but we talk about MSRP. These devices are very expensive. So here's hoping that Samsung will actually make these couple of changes to make the device affordable and better designed, more usable overall for more people, so they can continue to keep that crown as the foldable king. But let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section. It is your turn. Get down there in that comment section. Smash that keyboard. Let me know what you think. What changes do you think Samsung also needs to make in addition to these changes I outlined in this video? Let me know down in the comment section. So once again, thank you for taking time out to watch this video. Again, if you enjoy getting tech news delivered straight to you without any fluff or filter, please do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, if you have friends and family in your circle that enjoy this type of content, please share this video with them and hit that like button. Also, if you want to stay up to date with the latest tech news, head over to SoundsNerdy.com, where I curate and aggregate tech news from around the web, covering Apple, Samsung, Google, Android, computing, and even more general tech news, all at the website SoundsNerdy.com. And for even more tech news in video form, check out one of these two videos. Until the next video, guys, stay nerdy.